Steamy texts between Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and his mistress are now in the media, giving the public a glimpse into a scandalous affair that began with Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, who were both married. Like other high-profile Democrats before him, including former governor and former New York Congressman Anthony Weiner and former New York Governor Eliot Spitzer, Bezos' sordid behavior can impact his business, and more important, it impacts a lot of people.
Yes.
See, I don't really care about this story as far as the lurid, backstory. This isn't People magazine here. But, the truth is, this shows such a bad sign of bad judgment.
Right.
Okay? Now, I don't know what happens. We saw it with Johnny Edwards. We saw it with Bill Clinton. We saw it with Ted Haggard. I could go forever.
The list goes on and on.
Larry Craig, Republican, tapping his foot. Here's what bothers me about it. It's not, the sordid story is not what I'm interested in.
Right.
I'm interested when a cat like this, who's putting thousands of people out of business for this Amazon thing that he's building, who is involved in all types of, I can't even describe, selling telephone numbers, selling identities, working with the U.S. government to spy on us. You see, there's some serious stuff going on here.
Right.
And this is an indicator that his judgment is pretty squirrely. It's not just, he's sending pictures. Everybody followed the story knows the pictures. I don't know, at any rate, sending out pictures all over the country. They're now all over the country.
Well, but you're right. He's the CEO of Amazon, one of the most influential and powerful companies, certainly profitable in the world right now, high-flying stock. But you weren't the only one that had questions about his judgment, because not long after those texts were made public, the stock dropped almost 1%, because you can't help but wonder, what is the future of this if the man who was just quoted in an article in 2017 saying that your branding is directly tied to your decisions, if these are the kind of decisions that he's making, if you as an investor or you as a consumer or even you as a Democratic voter, are you going to continue to be supportive of someone who's in a leadership position if this is the kind of judgment that they're showing?
It's the same thing with, it's not, this Bezos story has just started. It really has. It's really just begun. But the only thing I really care about it is the guy gone nuts on us. What's happened to him? There's no question that these cats, they get a lot of power, they get a lot of money, and it's like Nero burning down Rome. It's like, it's happening.
By arrogance.
Exactly. It's this arrogance. We saw, as I said, we saw it with Johnny Edwards, we saw it with Bill Clinton, we saw it with Larry Craig, we saw Republican after Republican, Democrat after Democrat.
Right. Anthony Weiner, Spitzer, you name it.
So the question that really needs to be talked about here, as the media looks at this, they seem to be going down the wrong path. It's not just a sordid story. It is what's going on in this little freak's head. That's what.
Right.
What's going on in his crappy little mind right now? That's the bigger story. Just like it was the story with Spitzer. You understand? The backstory on Spitzer, I have Spitzer in California. I'm setting up a program. He's one of the speakers I invited. Gives a great speech. We raised money for him, $250,000. He's going to run for president, okay? While we're out there, somebody says, this is years before he was ever caught. Somebody says, I think I saw Eliot Spitzer. It was 2 years before he was caught.
Yes.
I think I saw Eliot Spitzer in the elevator with a couple of working girls. And my reaction was, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But something happened with this cat.
Yes.
And the people he affected, the Democratic Party, the Democratic workers in New York, the people who were behind him to become president, just like John Edwards, just like Bill Clinton, all of the people he affects. That's what the story to me is really about, the judgment aspect of all that. It's not just about the sordid stories. Look, here's my idea. Redistribute the wealth. Let the wife take as much as she can. Redistribute the wealth to the cats who are working for him, who have to live on welfare because the guy won't pay him enough. That's the story. Thanks for joining me, okay?
Thanks, Pat.